Hey there guys, how are you today and welcome to another episode of F1 2010 Career Mode. Today we're in Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix, so let's go. So here we are on our Q1 lap, and of course this is basically a banker lap because we've done a banker lap already, so now we're just trying to save ourselves from being knocked out of the session. So I think we're going to be okay, but we do need to improve on this lap if possible. And while the clip is playing, I just want to apologise for the lack of career mode in the last 2 weeks. Of course I have had exams which are now over, so I should be able to do career mode regularly. I'm hoping now even more than once a week. Before I only did it every Thursday, I'm hoping now 2 or 3 times a week career mode. That would be awesome, but I don't know how it's going to work out, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the series. Also now that I've got more time to fiddle with editing and stuff, is there anything I can do to improve this series going forward for the rest of this season and ideally season 2? So yeah, obviously tell me that in the comments or on Twitter or whatever. But you can see our lap here is going well. We're driving decently as well, I would say. And we're coming now to, I believe this is Spoon Corner before the long straight. So yeah, it's all going pretty well. I did actually record this before my exam, but I'm only editing this like today, so I don't know how. I can't really remember how I did. So let's really see how it goes. We're doing well here on our Q1 lap. It's 7/10 up on our previous best, so it looks like we're going to be able to be in the next session quite easily. Just going through the final chicane, and then just round the corner to go across the line to get a 1 minute 37, and puts us in 12th place. Here are the Q1 results. You can see we're pretty safe to get through, and Alonso topped the timesheet, so now we have to go and think about Q2. So here we are starting our fastest lap in Q2. You can see as things stand, we're going to be knocked out of the session and be starting in P14. Come on, we can do better than that in this car. We know we can. Look at what we did in Canada. So we're going to go here through sector 1. We're going to have to go as clean as possible, as smooth as possible to try to get out of the session if possible. It's great to be in the top 10 rounds here. I didn't expect to do on the strap. For sector 1 I knew it would be tough in this car, because it does understeer quite a bit because it's one of the slower cars on the game. So we have to see how it can go. Let's see as we're going to come down to the sector 1, sector 2 split. And yeah, we're up by, I think that's a 7/10. It's quite hard to see on a little screen here, so I can't read that very well. I can see we are getting faster. And now we have to come to the hairpin, which can be very difficult to break if you brake for one. Very easy to run wide there. So we get a decent enough exit coming out of there. And now we're going to head down now towards the Spoon Corner in a few seconds. I think the lap's going pretty well. We haven't made any big mistakes yet, so that's a good start. So we might be able to get out of the session. Run a nice line through Spoon. Now it's key to get a brilliant exit onto here. Put the downforce down to increase our straight line speed. Coming down to the next split, we're going to see, are we still up on our time? Yes, we are, by quite a reasonable amount. I don't know if that's going to be enough to get us through to the session. Now you have to come now to brake for the chicane. Right then left. Do that pretty nicely and cleanly. We don't go too wide, we get a decent exit. We're going to come across the line any second now to get a 1 minute 30. 6, which is only enough for P11 as things stand. I don't think I'm going to go for enough if I haven't got the tyres to do it pretty much. So yeah, it's not going too great. We are going to try and do enough of that, but look at that, we crash and crash out.
Your front right tyre is showing a drop in pressure. Looks like it picked up.
So yeah, that's session over. And P12 maybe on that lap there we could have done a bit better. But yeah, we were pretty close to the top 10, so overall we're actually pretty happy. And now let's go to the Grand Prix. Here we are on the grid, Fernando Alonso on pole position with Hamilton alongside. There we are in P12, our rival Petrol in P13, and our teammate in P22. Here we are guys, on the grid as the lights are coming on for this Japanese Grand Prix. Can we get into the points? Can we beat Petrov? We're going to find out, and it's now time to say go, go, go. And we get a reasonable start. We get past Schumacher, but Kubica boxed us in a bit, which allow Schumacher back past. We're going to dive up the inside in turns 1 and 2. And we actually end up squeezing Sittle a bit wider. Sorry there, Adrian, in your Force India. But more importantly, we got up to P9. Brilliant start there overall. Into a point scoring position, which is all you can ask for in Formula 1. Especially in this car. And yeah, I think it could be a good Grand Prix. So we're going to be now chasing Liuzzi through Sector 1 and going into Sector 2. This is my favourite part of the track, I would say. And we're not quite close enough to try to dive up the inside there. That would have been a bit ambitious. But we do get a good run. Maybe we're going to be able to have a look around the area of the hairpin. We dive up the inside of him and Nico Rosberg going into the hairpin. To get into P7, Rosberg is still right there on our right hand side. So we're going to have to leave him the space. We go very, very wide there. And Rosberg comes past through on the entry to Spoon. But we're going to now try to stick it around the outside through Spoon. And we're actually going to be able to get back to position. I think that's a fantastic overtake, fantastic battle. I have to be delighted with that. And now, ending Sector 2, we're in P7, which I think is fantastic. Of course, Vettel might be a bit ambitious to try to overtake, because he is a lot faster than us. But you never know, if he gets busy battling whoever's in front of him, I believe it's his teammate Webber. You know, who knows what can happen for us. And maybe we can get into more positions, but we'll have to see what will happen. Really surprised that actually Red Bull are doing so badly in this Grand Prix. You'd expect them to do just a little bit better, but you know, he isn't going that much faster. We could still try to attack them if we can get good laps together, but it's going to be difficult. We have still got Liuzzi right behind us as well, so we have to do our best. But the main thing is we're well ahead of our rival, Vitaly Petrov, and obviously our teammate Lucas di Grassi, who is probably in last. I don't know. Look, there's 3 cars there. Yeah, why can't we go and overtake them? Why not? And then to be what in P4, which would be awesome. So yeah, let's see what happens. Later on lap 2, we have caught right up to Vettel, but we brake way too late there, and it allows Liuzzi a little bit of run out of the hairpin on us. But I think we're able to out-traction him, and I think we're going to be able to hold that position at least for now. But he is going to be right behind us on the entry to Spoon here. So this could be tight. Shame we weren't able to overtake Vettel at the hairpin, because that would have been cool. But thankfully we were able to hold that position. A bit later on lap 2, you can see, I think that is Sebastian Vettel going into the pit lane, which gives us another position. And this is going to be our in lap, by the way, guys. This lap we're pitting in. You're in P6, but Liuzzi has now gone to overtake us. So we still don't have straight line speed. Of course, we don't have the higher engine setting yet in our car, because we need to upgrade that, and we haven't had a chance really to do that yet. So we have to wait for that, and that's why Liuzzi was able to overtake us there. We should have tried to defend, but I didn't think that the AI would try to go for me at turn 1 in Japan. Very, very tough place to overtake at, to be fair. So yeah, now we've got to not let that bother us and try at least to keep up with him. And this is still my favourite part of the track. We actually go very, very wide. We actually slip a couple of wheels into the gravel there, which is a bit annoying, because you want to fast lap on the in lap, and we're just not doing that. We brake very, very late for this corner, and we go wide yet again onto the grass a little bit, and Kubica is able to get the position from us, sadly. We are going to try to get into the slipstream. I don't know what's going to happen here. He has got a faster car than us, and you know, P8 is still a good place to be, but I think we can be doing a bit better than that. Come on. So we have to try to keep up with Kubica. Of course, this is our in lap, so I guess overtaking him isn't crucial, but we want to be with him so we can try to get the undercut on him. And we have also got Schumacher and some other guys right behind us too. But you can see some of them are so much faster than us down the straight. It's absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, this is our in lap, so we're going to now obviously go through the chicane and then into the pits. And you see someone there, I think, has spun out. And it's Mark Webber, he has spun out in the Japanese Grand Prix. That's going to give us a position, but also cost him quite dearly in the World Championship. Wow. Drama here at the Japanese Grand Prix as we go into the pit lane. Let's hope the boys can get a brilliant pit stop for us here today. Let's see what we can do. Am I going to be buying them a pizza after this Grand Prix or not? Or beer? Or any other food you want? No. 5.5 seconds. There's no traffic to wait for. That was an awful pit stop. And yeah, we're coming out in P24, but let's see where we come out once we are able to, on other cars, pitting. Little later in the race, lap 5, and a few cars have pitted now, which of course helps us get a couple more positions for now in P21
Sauber ahead of you.
with I believe De La Rosa and the Salvo is the car ahead. But obviously a load of cars are still going to pit in this race, so we're not going to be finishing in P21. So obviously that would be pretty disastrous for us considering where we qualified. So it'd be nice if we can race De La Rosa, that would be cool. But obviously he has also got a significantly faster car than us. So let's see how this goes. Skipping now all the way ahead towards the end of lap 8, and we can see we're now on P11 because loads of other cars are pitted. Petrov has jumped us. I guess our crappy in-lap really has cost us. And Petrov is now ahead of us, which is really a shame. But you can see on the mini-map there, someone else is pitted, which is going to, I believe, put us into P10. I think it was Rosberg who pitted, I'm not too sure. So we're now in P10, which would be give us a point in the World Championship, which would be lovely. And yeah, I know it looks like we're going to be beaten by Petrov, but who knows? But there are still 3 laps to go, so you never know. Other people could still pit. And we could still catch up to Vitaly Petrov in that Renault. But ultimately, P10 would be a great result in this car. I'd be really happy with that. As we're understeering like a boat through Sector 1. The other sectors I've been over. And now here we are on lap 11. We haven't been able to catch up to the cars ahead. De La Rosa there in P9 ahead of us. We have got a couple of cars behind us. I've been taking it easy on this final lap of the race. I think that was the more sensible approach. I just wanted to maintain this 1 point. I thought that would be a good idea. It'd be bad to throw it all the way. So yeah, Lewis Hamilton has won this Grand Prix, so he's beaten Fernando Alonso. So good news for him there, and good news for McLaren. But we're going to come round the final corner to take home a point from this year's Japanese Grand Prix. Decent race there. No, it wasn't the most exciting, not too much battling, but it was good.
Well done.
And a good result there, P10. Of course, I think our in-lap really cost us. We could have easily maybe been P6 even, I reckon. Because we might have had to do some defensive driving, we could have been up there. But what can you do? This race was won by Lewis Hamilton, as I said, who beat Alonso and his teammate Button. Liuzzi did win in 5th, but look at the Red Bull guys. Both Webber and Vettel had an awful race. And you can say the same for the Mercedes drivers and Suttil. That was my fault, remember. And obviously my teammate Di Grassi. So yeah, but personally I can be fairly pleased with the result. It could have been better though. Drivers' Championship was still in P11 ahead of Liuzzi. Would be great to be in the top 10, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. We might have to even win the race. So we'll have to see what happens there. Vettel's leading over Hamilton, and Webber is obviously taking the big hit. Hamilton the biggest gainer, of course, this weekend. Now in the Constructors, we're still in P6, just ahead of Force India, BMW and Williams. We're not going to be getting P5. That P6 would be a great result. And McLaren have obviously closed in on Red Bull a bit. At this weekend's Japanese Grand Prix. Interview time.
Do you think you were able to extract the maximum performance from the car this weekend?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I think we did pretty well all weekend. Right, considering where we are as a team and where my teammate finishes in last normally, I think we're actually pretty happy.
It's been an interesting season so far. The racing's been close and exciting. How's it been from your point of view?
I mean, I think we could have done a bit better in a couple of races, but overall it's been pretty good.
Now tell me, are you satisfied that your team have worked hard enough to give you the best equipment to do your job?
I'd say so, yeah, for sure. I wish we had rich mix, but I think we are getting more downforce with some upgrades. So, yeah, for sure.
Hey dude, we've received an email from John Booth at Virgin Racing. He's put an offer in for you. Have a look when you get a chance.
So obviously this is the various contract stuff. You can see none of the other teams really seem interested, even Lotus and HRT, so we might have to be at Virgin next season. But I'm going to leave it for another couple of races. We've only got 3 races left, I believe. So yeah, that's the end of this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my return to F1 2010 career mode, and I'll see you guys next time at Yeongan for the South Korean Grand Prix.